Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 10. That's right, episode 10.
Double digits.
Double digits. It is the 1st of September, and as we said, episode 10. I am joined by, as always, Chris.
Adam.
And Aaron.
Yeah, we go. The intro there, not as awkward as it used to be.
And yourself, Cam, as well.
And me, I'm Cam. Hi, guys. So, big week in Nintendo news, right? Not really. Some stuff has happened.
Right. It's spring, guys. Heaps of stuff should be happening. Spring Australia.
Today's the first day of spring.
First day of spring.
It's the first day of spring.
First day of autumn.
Pinching a punch for the first day of the month.
In Northern Hemisphere. So, as the weather cools in the north and as the weather gets hotter in the south.
I think that's a bit of depth in that.
Yeah.
Is a bit in depth.
You see, when
I just got to cover everything. No, but as the weather gets hotter, the games come out, essentially keeping us away from the sun and making us all as pasty as possible.
It's an exact correlation, games and heat. I've noticed it. That's why the sun is really popular for game releases.
No, but I think this time of year we're going to see a big lull in games and news anyway, leading up to the big explosion of games and news around December time before Christmas.
Yeah, well, we all know that's when the big stuff happens.
So this is the quiet time of year.
Well, let's get straight into it. Chris, I know you're happy about this. The Shovel Knight.
Yeah, the Shovel Knight of me. I was wondering what you were going to say.
We'll lead with the Amiibo update first, because we know some people like it, some people don't.
Well, I mean, I like Amiibos. I've given up my my dream of owning them all.
I realize dream to give up.
Yeah, well, I like money, and I just don't. I'm not able to spend it on Amiibos as much as I like. But so Shovel Knight, I think really awesome that Nintendo are giving a non-Nintendo company a look in here. Chris was saying it's the first. Well, Chris was saying, but it's also blatantly obvious. The first non-Nintendo.
Well, if you don't count Mega Man
except
or Pac-Man.
for Mega Man and Pac-Man, but they are in a Nintendo game. This is the first one that's not even featured in a Nintendo game.
Do you think this
point.
could mean we get Shovel Knight in Smash Bros. Or something?
I think it does.
Well, let's just clarify. I mean, Shovel Knight released on Wii U and 3DS first in the US, and I think Steam actually as well. So, and then it was ported to PS4 and Vita and Xbox One now. So it is like definitely a multi-platform character. But Yacht Club games are like definitely not associated with Nintendo in any other way.
Yeah.
So that's I think that's what you're saying there. Like, and it's like an indie as well. So that's really cool. And there's been a lot of hate about it actually. Like people have been like, I can't believe Nintendo have done this, and like I just don't understand. I can't subscribe to that.
I think I'm biased because you love it so much that your just overwhelming desire of it has like made me like it as well. Because the first couple times I played it, I was like, yeah, it's cool. But you were just like, man, Shovel Knight, man. I'm like, yeah, cool, man.
Well, it was my game of the year.
Yeah, and then you're just like, no, Shovel Knight.
No,
I'm
legit.
Like, no, man. I played it. It's pretty good. Yeah, no,
seriously.
fucking Shovel Knight, man. All right, I'll play it. And then actually, really good. So I really hope it's a sign of things to come. I would love to see Shovel Knight on Smash.
I effectively pinned Ben down and made him play the game.
We can see a buddy review of it on www.redcoin.net.au.
Yeah, we do have a review of it.
Yeah, it's a buddy review.
But I think what this really shows is that Nintendo are really focusing on third parties and creating those relationships with third parties. And, this is a developer that, wasn't really well known before Shovel Knight. But if, given the right sort of support by a big publisher like Nintendo.
What did they do before Shovel Knight? This was literally their first game?
I have to do some research. I can do that now if you want, but like I literally think it's just like...
Yeah, this is their first big thing. Because I know it was kickstarted.
Yeah.
So
it was like broke all kinds of records when it got kickstarted. But,
it's no Shenmue 3, but it broke records at the time. But no, I think this is a great idea. In terms of how the Amiibo will actually operate. So, Chris, how will the Amiibo actually work in practice? What will it be used for?
So the few things that they've talked about so far is that you get a co-op mode.
Yep.
So that's something that is going to be patched in. Doesn't already exist in the game.
Shovel Knight on Wii U.
Yep. And 3DS. Yep. So, actually, don't quote me on that. I think it is both versions, but
I assume it would be.
I assume it would be as well. I mean,
so you get a co-op mode. You can play with a friend, obviously. And the other thing that I definitely know for sure is that customizable gear and like armor.
Great.
So yeah, and there might be a few other mini games and stuff.
Are there any unlockables from any other games other than Shovel Knight?
Well, I mean, it would apply to Hyrule Warriors and stuff like that. Yeah. Things that you just need to scan in
any
an
amiibo.
But
I mean,
I
like,
assume Amiibo Tap and stuff would have stuff.
Sure.
Like,
yeah, but would it behoove themselves to be like create a patch for say Super Mario Maker after the amiibos come out
Sure.
and allow to play a Shovel Knight in Super Mario
That'd be super
Maker?
cool.
Well,
right?
they clearly knew they were making this. It's not like they went, oh, yeah, we'll make it now. So I reckon it would already be integrated with the standard release. I reckon it will already be in there.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see what happens with Smash Bros as well. I mean, obviously,
Don't be wrong, I can't see Shovel Knight driving a cart anytime soon.
No, I
way too
think
heavy, man.
I could see a me costume with a Shovel Knight. I really
Yeah,
could.
yeah.
me costume, but I'd rather see a playable character than me costume, because if we get a me costume, it means he's not in it. And even in Kart, I don't see him putting him in Kart and Smash, and I think they'll
Not
put him in
necessarily,
Smash.
because Yoshi has a me costume and you can
Yeah.
play as Yoshi.
He's more likely to be in Smash than Kart. Like,
I would
He is
just,
more
it
likely
would
to
be
be in
interesting
Smash
to
and Kart.
see though, like, because how they'd have to make a 3D model of him. I guess you do have like Mr. Game & Watch,
just that
but
there though.
yeah, it'd be interesting to see. Because standard B would be the shovel with the little wave of attack that comes out.
There are so many because
It's
you
down
know all
big,
the
yeah.
relics that you collect in
Yeah,
the game.
they
There's
all
just
have-
so many
yeah,
abilities,
that'd
and
be
it
cool.
can be made so easy.
I'd like to
very
see
customizable,
a Pac-Man
isn't it?
style one where you hold down the button and then it's different ones flash.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
that'd be cool. Icar of Health, just like popping some health halfway through the match.
Look,
Yeah, I'm excited.
I think overall this really does show that Nintendo really like Shovel Knight as a character and probably want to incorporate it into the family in terms of those games, being Smash Bros. As the prime example. And I'm sure on that Smash ballot, I'm sure that Shovel Knight is right in that top 10.
Maybe that's
would go
why
for
they're
intro.
doing it.
Yeah.
Like they go, oh wow, he got like twice as many votes as everyone else combined. We should.
Here's $1 billion for me.
Not twice as many votes as Waluigi, but
Wow,
my favourite.
So, sticking with the Shovel Knight theme, we've got Plague of Shadows, which is a DLC expansion that's should be coming out soon. They haven't announced a release date yet, but
That'd be pretty cool.
Had they said 2015?
it's coming out within I'd say a
within
month.
the year.
I'd say a
That's
month.
the
it.
Plague
Wow.
Knight one,
Yeah, it's
right?
You get to play as Plague Knight, which is one of
Really
the
cool.
the members of the Order of No Quarter. If you've played the game, and so this is like the first of many DLCs that they've got planned, which is all free. It's
Great.
been backed already.
That's the way we like it.
Yeah, that's the way
Good
we like it. So
DLC
we
for
got
free.
Plague Knight coming out, we got Spectre Knight, King Knight coming out soon after that, and we've got a battle mode coming out, which is like a Smash Bros.
I
style.
imagine they're
huge.
getting to the point where it's every night.
I don't know if it will be. Like
There's
when,
only 8 or so, isn't there?
yeah, I think there's about 8
It'd
or
be
9.
pretty
But
easy
when
to
did they
do.
stop making DLC and then move on to
A new
another
game.
game? You
Yeah.
know, like
I think a sequel's on the cards, definitely.
absolutely.
It's got to happen at some point.
We've got to find Shield
Super
Knight.
Shovel Knight.
Does he get? Well, I can't remember now.
I think
Does he
they've
find
already
Shield
got
Knight
it
at
in the
the end?
works.
That's a secret game.
We're not about spoilers
yeah,
here.
the game's been out for a year, but
A year. It's been more than a year, hasn't it? Sure.
in Australia, a year.
Yeah.
Well, I really want to try it now. I feel like, this is really
You don't have
motivating me to try. I haven't played it. I've heard so much nice things about it. So many good people telling me you've got to play Shovel Knight. And I think this is really going to motivate me to try it.
Well, when we finish this, I'll go grab my 3DS and you can have a play while we.
Yeah.
So,
Me
are
and
you a
Chris,
fan
me
of
and Chris will
old-
hold him down.
Are you,
Yeah.
are you a fan of the old school platformers? You played Mega
Oh,
Man
yeah.
or anything like that?
Definitely. I have tried Mega Man in the past. I have found it quite hard.
Yeah.
Almost to frustrating levels. So I was really excited to try Mega Man X when it got released on PlayStation 4 because I thought it was going to be a sort of modern retelling and they were going to make it a little bit easier for people to get into. I tried Mega Man X, played it for a couple of hours, wasn't really sold and wasn't really getting anywhere
Heard of
with the
that
game.
with the Mega Man game.
Mega Man X. But yeah, I do want to try Shovel Knight because I like the art style, I like the aesthetic, and I love a good platformer.
Soundtrack is absolutely on point.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
I
great.
believe that if
I
this,
listened to it like at work.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
if
While
this
you're
game
just driving the
existed
car
back
and-
in the day,
Yeah.
it could have easily taken over as like from Mario.
Mario,
Oh, sure, yeah.
Thing.
Properly
It's
But do you
a
feel like
really
it
good game.
derides itself a lot from Mario? Because I feel like any platformer that exists
I
today
think it could
has
have,
to
it could have
take
more
stuff
taken over
Mario.
from something like Mega Man rather than Mario. 'Cause
Yeah, you don't get much of a Mario vibe from it because it's not just run and jump. There's a lot of more combat, and it's
more nuance to
it's
it.
about-
up and down and back and forth, not just linear.
I think
one
it's
way.
similar to Mega Man in the sense that, you beat someone, you get that power off them.
Yeah.
Or something. Like you can
Yeah.
get a whole bunch of different powers, similar to how Mega Man did.
Yeah, so a lot of people say there's about 5 games in Shovel Knight, and then
Right.
it draws inspiration from Super Mario 3.
It's a bit of Prince of Persia. in
That's
there.
one of my favourite Mario games, by the
Yeah,
way.
so the world map is like straight out of Mario.
Yeah.
Right, love it.
Zelda 2, Mega Man, DuckTales, Castlevania, like
Yeah.
those kind of games. It's just like been thrown into a pot. but
Yeah.
like not in a like disrespectful way, like they've just like copied, but it's,
No.
it's
Really
really
good
its own
blend.
thing, and
Yeah.
and obviously it looks like an NES game, but it
It
can't.
plays like a new game.
The NES couldn't run Shovel Knight.
Oh
Put it
yeah,
that way.
of course, yeah. No,
Well,
So anyway, that's enough about
on
Shovel.
Amiibo topic. Still, the
Yes.
big waste of money. As I like to think.
no.
This will be the fifth Yoshi Amiibo available,
Yes.
And also the biggest
and
one.
the biggest,
Yeah.
bigger than all five combined.
So,
So-
are there any other large amiibos?
Not yet. The biggest one so far is King DDD.
So let's tell people. So for the viewers at home, the listeners at home, it's a big green Yoshi amiibo.
Yarn
It's the
Yoshi.
size of
Yarn
like,
Yoshi amiibo.
well, what would you call that size?
I would say it's about the
A softball.
A ruler?
About a
The size of
softball.
30
No, it's
centimeters?
quite bigger than
Is
that.
it bigger than a ruler?
My understanding was from photos I've seen to scale on social media and that kind of thing. It's quite large. Like
It looks size
it's-
like a teddy bear.
like a 3-year-old would have
I know.
trouble
It's not
carrying
that
it.
big, surely.
A
Well,
three-
I-
like
I
a
think-
3-year-old
I think
would have
that
trouble
It's still an
carrying
Amiibo. I think it's about. Well, you can't see how I'm holding my hands, but about a softball, maybe a small bowling ball.
I think it's bigger than a AFL football.
No, it's definitely not.
No
I've heard.
way.
I think it's 3 times as big as the regular Yarn Yoshi.
It can't
Okay.
be too big because then.
As you can tell, guys, we're not exactly how sure this big Yarn Yoshi is.
We just
Either
know
way.
it's big.
Either way, it's big and a big waist. I'm not a fan of this one.
Yeah, but okay. So I'll
Okay.
put this to you. Psychologically, though, Yoshi's Woolly World's come out. You've played it. You've had your fill with it. That's why I think you're done with the concept of buying a big Yoshi amiibo. The reason why they announced this though is because the game's still to come out in the US.
Okay.
It comes out late October over there. This is something that can lead up and add to their sales going into a big holiday season. It's a big amiibo. It's a big sort of.
It's something you can buy, and that's the beauty of Yarn Yoshi as well. You can put him in the corner. He doesn't look like an amiibo. He
Yeah,
looks like
a
just
toy.
a plush toy.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's a bigger one, you know, he can just sit with the rest of your little teddy bears.
And I think that's why they've come up with it as a concept.
Well, I'll put my rebuttal out there. I'm not done with the game. I'm still only on World 3. I'm
Sure.
actually still playing it. And it doesn't really have any sort of effect on the fact that I don't like it.
Sure.
I agree that it's a good marketing tool, but it just, like I said, it's the fifth one. If you wanted a Yoshi amiibo, you'd have bought it by now. 'Cause
Wait,
there's the
is
Smash
Yoshi
one.
on par with Mario in terms of how many amiibos?
More.
I think-
No,
okay,
Mario
so-
has more.
There's
Does he?
okay,
Oh,
so
the
for,
golden
for
platinum,
Yoshi,
yeah.
Yoshi, you have Smash Yoshi, the Mario games Yoshi, the 3 different colored yarn Yoshis, and then this will be the 6th one. I'm sorry,
Yeah, the sixth one.
Mario, you have standard Mario, 8-bit now Mario, Silver Mario, Gold Mario.
So you have classic
Both,
8-bit and
both,
retro
yeah,
8-bit.
both kind of 8-bit
And then
ones.
new
yeah,
8-bit.
and then you
So what it is though is, and
pop.
this is, if you had to put it down to what Nintendo characters are the most plushy sort of
Yes.
esque toys, if you will,
the Kirby and
it's
Yoshi.
it's Kirby and Yoshi,
And
and
if-
Mario is
and
just
Pikachu.
so lovable, and Pikachu as well. So for me, it's like this is a year where there's a mainline Yoshi game. It's a big deal. It's been well received. That's why they're getting around it with all these different kinds of amiibos.
I think it would be better if instead of 3 different colored yarn Yoshis, they released one big yarn Yoshi. Or you could buy a big Yoshi plushie or a small Yoshi plushie. But the fact that they released 4 Yoshis within,
But
months
it's good
of
that
each
they're
other.
different colors. Like I got the light blue one.
Yeah, I think
If I had,
It appeals to
someone who
different
liked
audiences.
pink,
Yeah.
it does appeal to different audiences. Like, and I might consider actually buying the big green one as well because I don't hate the green Yoshi as a color. I just prefer light blue as a preference. But I just think more of a good thing isn't like I don't think it's a bad thing necessarily. And this is the company. This is the state of play with Nintendo now. They sold a lot of these things. We've talked about it on the podcast before. They sold $70 million worth of these things. That's why they're
big.
making more of these things.
Yeah.
It's like, and a big one, more money.
And also, two little things about the amiibo. Sorry, Aaron. Is
Yeah.
that the big Yarn Yoshi is actually standing up. It's not sitting down like the other ones are.
Yeah.
Which is, not personally, I would have preferred it was sitting down.
No,
like
I
the
would
other
have
thing.
too.
And the amiibo pad is in its foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool.
Do we have a price? On
No, the amiibo pad on the
It's going to be expensive.
I think
like
it's like
60,
50,
60 or 70 Australian?
compared to a normal, like how much was the Yarn Yoshi? Normal?
25.
Okay.
So double.
Nearly
I was
twice
going
the
to.
price.
I'd probably say like 60 cents. So steep.
Yeah.
That's what it will be though.
Yeah. Oh man.
$59.95, and maybe they'll do a bundle.
But I think we are... Like, we probably don't buy a lot of plushies that aren't amiibos, or really any, to be honest. So I think we're kidding ourselves as to, like, how much those bigger ones actually do cost.
Yeah,
And I have seen, like, at conventions, plushies that don't have amiibo functionality from Nintendo are around the $50, $60 mark.
Point.
So I do think it's at a fair sort of price point. Just on that, Chris, you were saying that the amiibo pad was in its foot.
Yeah.
My understanding with the plush one that I have is that it's also kind of...
It's in its butt, basically.
In its bottom.
It's in its bottom. Okay, yeah. No, that's right.
I can just see that Ol Yoshi lady from E3 just like going crazy, going, "No, we need to make them bigger."
Oh
bigger.
yeah, that's right.
More size, more Yoshi.
Sorry, Aaron. I can put that right to the back of my mind.
I tried to forget that, Aaron. I tried to forget E3, but
she's speaking about this for about 10 minutes. Like, where's my new games?
All right, so that's that part of the amiibo news.
Do you think, just quickly going there,
yeah.
do you think they'll continue this sort of like hit special edition amiibos like as frequently? So for every new amiibo that comes out with a standalone game, is that going to have its own special edition? Like, are we going to see the Star Fox crew all have an amiibo and then like get God, what's it?
Can you imagine a Landmaster amiibo?
Yeah,
we had the same thought.
Yeah.
I could. It just depends on the propensity of Nintendo to make these things, right? And I think, I wouldn't want to see them divert too many resources away from NX development. Yeah. And they don't themselves seem to not want to divert any resources from
also,
NX
as well, I just don't want them to go overboard with Amiibo. Skyland is tapering off a little bit. It's still pretty popular, but have you been recently? Like, I stopped working.
Have I been to EB?
Yeah, I stopped working
JB
there
to
like
see them?
a year ago.
Yeah.
And there are so many now.
Oh, yeah.
It's
I can get any amiibo I want now.
Stuff, or
just in general and in bargain bins. There's there's still a standard amount of amiibos.
You're talking about Skylanders.
I'm talking about Skylander figurines specifically.
No, I feel like the amiibo amounts have skyrocketed as well. Like, I go to those shops now. I was at those shops the other week, actually, and all of them had big displays full of every kind of amiibo that you would want. So it's really like, in terms of the collector's value, I as a collector now feel that there's no value in them. And I didn't line up for a silver or gold one because I have better things to do with my time. The real collector's value has really diminished now that the restock has happened, at least in the Australian context.
Well, the silver ones and the gold ones, they're still limited releases.
Yeah, exactly.
So there is still a bit, but it's definitely...
supply has exceeded demand.
Yeah, for sure. I know especially in Australia.
When the first wave came out, we were looking everywhere for amiibos. It's like, no, sold out. And then the next shipment came in, we had the Japanese stock come in as well.
Yeah.
And it's like,
because people were desperate to sell
never mind. Because no one else is selling them.
Yeah.
Australia will take them all.
I can see in 2 months' time we'll have more with the ballot being finalised and stuff like that. So there's still plenty more to come just in the next 3 months alone.
Well, I don't know.
Shovel Knight Amiibo is online only, before I forget.
That's interesting as well.
I've pre-ordered that, so you need to pre-order, otherwise you're going to be
through
out of luck.
Through which Australian
stockers?
EV. Of course.
We
can't forget that.
I know you don't.
But so I think what we've got to realise is, with the ballot wrapping up at the end of October as the terms and conditions or whatever, do we think we can get an announcement in a Nintendo Direct leading up to holiday about a character, or is it just too...
I think that's how they've timed it. The ballot finalised before Christmas.
Yeah, but does that mean the top character automatically gets in? No, there's rights issues. There's all these issues. Should it be a third party and that kind of thing?
And they need to develop the character.
And they need to develop the character as well. So
it's an awkward situation, to be honest. I don't know why the ballot's finishing in October.
It
feels like
it seems very arbitrary. It just seems very arbitrary, to be honest.
All right, well, that's the Amiibo podcast for today.
Yeah.
Let's move on. So Star Fox has a release date.
It does have a release date.
Although the rest of Nintendo's lineup for the year in Australia. So, Chris...
11 days till Mario Maker.
11 days till Mario Maker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the September 12th is Mario Maker.
So
Super Mario Maker.
I want to touch on
sorry.
Mario Maker before we get into the rest of the schedule. So I got to play Mario Maker this week, guys.
How was it?
Which was very exciting.
Out of his own
very
little
jealous.
exclusive.
Yeah, with my own little
The
exclusive.
red
Look,
coin exclusive.
it's not really though. So what
It
Nintendo, the kind folks of Nintendo Australia decided to do is they have all these Wii U kiosks across the country to try out Wii U, and I noticed that they had updated it to include Super Mario Maker. So I tried a 10-minute demo of Super Mario Maker a few times because no one else was there at the shop.
They tried pulling him away from the machine, but he wouldn't leave.
No, I wouldn't leave because I was enthralled, guys. This game is the real deal.
So, for example, they gave you a demo. What games do they have on demo? Or did you get the chance to make a level?
Sure. So I got the chance to also create and play.
Okay.
So it opened up and it started the game, and it was, it was create and it was play. And so the first thing I did, actually, to be honest, was play. So I was motivated to see what were the levels that they'd come up with to, try to entice and sell the game.
And what was on offer?
Well, the first one I played was a 1-1 remix, they called it.
Okay.
Which was cool. And so it was a remix of the first level of the game, and that was really fun.
Was there any levels from the Nintendo World Championships?
Not that I could have
Oh,
seen.
damn.
But then I probably wouldn't want to have played those Nintendo World
You
Championship
probably
ones
wouldn't put
right
those
off
in
the
the demo
bat.
just because of the complexity of them.
Just because how complex they were.
point.
But, so it was the first 3 worlds per se. So there were 3 worlds in the game.
All set from Super Mario 3?
No, so the worlds had different aesthetics in each thing. And there were 4 levels for each world. And so I played a few of them, just ones that really stuck out at me from the screenshot. I also tried to create a level, but the unfortunate thing was, because it was, at the shops, the stylus was not with the gamepad, so that kind of was not the most optimal experience.
Some 4-year-old probably chewed it.
Yeah,
to death.
and took it with them. But even that was still really intuitive, and I noticed, touching and actually playing with the game and creating the levels, even the overlays and just how it all works, made a lot of sense. And I didn't feel like I needed much tutelage or tutorials to actually get started and start creating games. And also, the one thing I really noticed was that, just how beautiful it looks. Up-resed Super Mario Bros. And Super Mario Bros. 3 did. Like, I was really noticeably being like, wow, these games look so much better than they normally do. So that's
brown.
something to really look forward to, is that the even the earlier 2 aesthetics, the NES aesthetic and the SNES aesthetic, have just great, vibrancy and colour to them, which I'm really looking forward to see how that plays out.
I can't wait to see how Super Mario
gonna
World
be
looks
great.
in that.
Counting the days. Unfortunately, I'm going to be out of the country while you guys are all playing it, so I'll have to wait till I get back.
We'll have so many levels made.
You will.
Yeah, you can play all of that.
I can be a guinea pig.
It's just going to be a line of Aaron play my level, now play my level, play my level.
But yeah, I really am, like I said, this is already my most anticipated game of the year. And I
can't see that changing.
That's definitely not changing for me. I'm counting down the days. I think I need to get my pre-order down and get that booklet as well.
Oh, I got my pre-order down.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be a supply issue, but
No, I just wanted to do it.
Yeah.
I think I'll get my... Do you guys get the digital pre-order or...?
No, I got the
I'm getting a hard
edition.
copy because of the hard cover that comes with it.
Yeah, and if you pre-order at EB, you get a fridge magnet set.
Sweet.
Oh,
stickers.
okay.
Yeah. So that's a nice
That's
little
sweet
plus.
merch.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So what's the rest of the schedule look like, Chris?
Well, there's a heap of games coming out. We've got Mario Tennis, obviously, 21st of November.
Which is the
Anyone
same
think of that?
date as Star Fox Zero.
Which is, very weird.
So what do we think about this? Do we see many people making the double purchase, or have they really shot Mario Tennis in the foot here?
I've never played one of the tennis games.
I don't think they're competition, they're different games.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
No one who buys Star Fox is going to want to buy tennis. No one who buys
but
tennis
look at
is
us
going
as
to
the
want to buy Star Fox.
but I still think, look at someone as the Nintendo fan, right? If the Nintendo fan is 13, 14 years old and they buy every Nintendo game, it's going to be harder. It's going to be a much harder proposition to go to mum and dad and say buy 2 games at once, right? Than if they'd spaced them out a couple of weeks. You know what I mean?
I don't buy into that, Aaron. Just because you like one genre doesn't mean you don't necessarily like another genre. It's just very weird on a year that they have no game, like hardly any games coming out. Like
arguably the
about
two most interesting games of the Wii holiday lineup
on the same day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite weird, to be honest. I don't know. I don't run Nintendo.
Yeah.
So.
And so when does Animal Crossing, both of the Animal Crossing games come out?
Who cares?
It's the 3rd of October.
Okay.
So
for the 3DS one?
Happy Home Designer,
Yeah.
The 3rd of October.
And Amiibo Festival, do we have a date on that one?
Not
I know,
sure.
I know Cam's going to be lining up at the crack of dawn for those.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of those games.
Amiibo Festival is the 30th of November.
Okay, so that one is a few weeks after.
Oh man, I've
which
got to
is
wait
interesting.
so long. Oh.
But look, I think both games will be a bit of a bust. We kind of refuse to try any of those.
I think the important date everyone needs to look at though, 28th of November, the new Nintendo 3DS cover plates of Hello Kitty come out.
Yeah, I'm going to get one.
So
that I'll be queuing up.
Yeah,
I thought we all had XLs. No, I thought Chris was the only one with a 3DS and not XL.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not getting it for my 3DS. It's just Hello Kitty.
Just cause.
I'm going to put on my
Look,
wall.
you might not like Hello Kitty, but I think...
No,
like I
I'm
said,
really excited.
Are you genuine? No. Sarcasm. But I genuinely think, right, the more of these things they have, it's just more options for people. It's good.
It's really good. I just don't think it needs to, like, it should, yeah, don't.
I don't think it actively shouldn't exist because I'm sure there's someone out there who really likes Hello Kitty who has a 3DS.
Definitely, man.
So
There's a heap of games here. I'm not going to list them all.
Let's don't rattle them off. Just what sticks out from the 3DS side, because I know 3DS has been pretty
We've got Legend of
neglected
Zelda
on this
Triforce
podcast.
Heroes.
Yeah.
And that's the 24th of October.
Yeah.
Shovel Knight's getting a physical release. I don't know if you guys want to talk about that. Oh, the
That's
3DS is getting
interesting.
its Amiibo reader.
Yeah.
Yes. So for those who don't have a new Nintendo 3DS, you can have an Amiibo reader, which will be compatible with all Amiibo games on 3DS up to this point. Obviously, Super Smash Bros., Codename Steam, other games like that ilk. What else? Oh, we've got the two Mario Amiibos. When do they come out, Chris?
Oh, putting me on the spot.
I think the week before the Mario Maker, or actually a little bit after.
Which will be about now.
Modern Color 8-bit Mario is on the 24th of October, apparently.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know how accurate that is.
No, I think that's pretty accurate. So it's a pretty... I did think it was later than the game coming out, which I think is a bit odd. But considering there isn't an Amiibo bundle with Super Mario Maker, makes a lot of sense, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the lineup up until the end of the year.
Yeah,
Guys,
it's
what do we
quite a bit,
think about it? Look, it's not the best lineup we've had in years, but this is a year where we've had Mario Kart DLC be really well received, Smash Bros DLC be really well received, and obviously some of our game of the year so far, I think, Splatoon.
Yeah.
So
Look, you can't just be non-stop all year round.
No.
They obviously put a lot of time and effort into Mario Kart, Smash, and Splatoon. Mm-hmm. So they're going to have some
We said it after E3 as well. They are going through a bit of a development phase.
Yeah, that's
they even
right,
said it themselves. They even said it was a year of, metamorphosis as they really ramp up for next year.
You
and I
need
think
that, so.
I think expectation wise, we've got pretty tepid expectations going into 2016. But there is one Wii U game we can talk about coming out in 2016 that's got me excited, and that's
Legend of Zelda.
Ridge Racer!
No, I don't think it's Legend of Zelda, Chris. It's actually Pokken Tournament.
Oh yeah, Pokken Tournament.
Which we gotta talk about.
Wii U, didn't it?
Which, so originally with Pokken, it was just released, it was going to be released on Japanese arcade machines.
Yes.
It was never meant to go any further.
That's right, Aaron. I remember actually saying a year ago, I tweeted this a year ago, and, on my Time Hop app, it was telling me how, 1 year ago to this date, I was so angry that Nintendo had announced this game for Japanese arcades only and had not made a Wii U version. I thought at the time it made perfect sense to make a Wii U version. And so we got the news last week, Aaron, that the game will come out not just for Japanese audiences, but
on Wii U as well.
But on Wii U and for Western audiences. So guys, is this a day one pickup for you,
Definitely.
Chris and Cam and Aaron?
I will be lining up for that.
Great.
No, I don't really care too much about Tekken. I bought Tekken Tag Tournament 2 on Wii U. It was horrendous. But I think just because of the Pokemon being attached to it, that yes, I'll get it.
Yeah. And
No,
Chris?
I won't be buying it, I don't think. This
Really?
is probably one of those games where you go play at your friend's house, I
Yeah.
think. 'Cause, the same with sort of Hyrule Warriors. Even though I'm a massive Legend of Zelda fan,
Yeah.
Hyrule Warriors is not for me.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy what I've seen of it.
Yeah.
One day, if it's $30 and I'll pick it up, that's about it. But
Maybe it's coming. Well, it's coming on 3DS, so as
I
well.
won't be buying it. So yeah, it's just probably one of those things that I'm just going to play and not get too heavily invested in.
Yeah.
It looks great though. Like, don't get me wrong. And
Yeah.
have you guys seen the controller that they're using? Like, because they've been playing it they played it at the World Championship, Pokemon World Championships.
No, what was the
it was
controller
played
like?
there. It's like this. Grab that TV remote.
Yeah.
It's like. It's actually probably as long as that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably like long as that, and it's just like.
So we got one here that's about let's see, like
20 centimeters.
25 centimeters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so.
and it's like probably about that. It's probably the length of the gamepad almost. And
Wow.
then it's just got like a little D-pad and like buttons and stuff.
But is that what they've been using in arcades? And
Yeah.
yeah. But I imagine they'll just port it over to Wii U and
Yeah,
it'll just
that
be
will just
playable
be-
on a Pro controller.
Hope
So
so, yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely, and like the gamepad, obviously.
yeah. But that's really exciting that, what a yeah, no, that looks cool. It's odd, so odd to have such a
It's like
gap.
the bat symbol. Or
You know what
something
it
like
quite
reminds
simple,
me of?
yeah.
It reminds me of the original Xbox, the first Xbox.
that. Oh yeah.
The original controller, we called it the Duke
The
because it
Duke,
was so
yeah.
bloody huge. And then later on, they came out with a smaller one. But yeah, it reminds me of that blank space between the buttons being so huge. Do look it up, guys. It looks quite astounding.
Well, hopefully it's good.
Do we see them coming out in a bundle with that game?
I don't think they'll actually put out a new controller.
I'd buy it for novelty's sake.
I would too, actually, to be
What's the
honest. Like,
point?
They've got enough. Okay,
What's the
a
point of
Wii
that
U
controller?
has a gamepad.
yeah,
It has Pro controllers.
Yes.
It has the Wii U Pro controller.
Yeah.
It has the Wii remotes. Has the nunchuck, and then it has the old-fashioned plug-in one.
yeah.
Okay, you don't need any more special controllers for it. I think.
I
But
can
like,
still see-
They're
That
still
brings
coming out
nothing.
with special.
Yeah, exactly.
It's funny you should
Oh, and
say
the
that,
GameCube
Cam, because they're
controller.
still, the GameCube controller, but they're still coming out at the end of the year with more special Wii Remote Plus branded controllers being toted Bowser. So, clearly
They keep
Nintendo
releasing them,
like
people
making...
keep buying them.
Yeah, exactly. Clearly
Well, I mean,
Nintendo have realised people like buying
There's
these
special
things.
editions. It's a little different to having a completely new style controller,
Yeah.
and that one's just a D-pad and the buttons. So I think
I agree.
You
I
can
can't
play
see
that
it
for
coming out, but if
standard.
it did, hey, I'd buy it.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think I would too. So, let's put on our crystal ball, look into the crystal ball rather, and guess when do we think this game sees a release in 2016
In
July.
Australia.
in Australia? Chris, go.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say sort of around March or something. Like something. It's not gonna be a holiday title
You
this
think
year.
the game's pretty close to completion?
I think it is.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't want to be like porting is so easy, but it's in the arcades, right?
Yeah.
It can't be that hard to.
Would you say, all right, before or after E3 next year?
I think
See, I think before.
before. I'm happy. I'm going to say April, May as well, around about that area. What about you, Cam?
June, July. I think it's going to be a financial year
Yeah.
sort of time game.
I'd like to see them.
A summer game.
I'd
or
like to see
a
them
winter game.
show a more polished version of it at E3.
Yeah.
Come back with a big title at next year's E3, which they need.
But we know E3 is going to be about NX. So
Yeah.
how do they tie that in? Is it
I
gonna be-
kind of... It can't be the Wii U's last hurrah. Like, the Wii U's last hurrah is Zelda, for
Yeah,
you, I
that's what I
guess,
think
if they
it is,
do
yeah.
the split titles thing, which we still don't know what they're going to do. But I don't see them... I don't see Pokemon entering that narrative. I see Pokemon Tournament being that game as like, this is the wacky Japanese game that we have. And it's a release that comes out to not necessarily much fanfare, but the hardcore Pokemon audience will swallow it up.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, maybe more so than, like, Wii games in the past. Like, I think of Pokemon Wii games that they've had, Pokemon Battle Revolution wasn't very swallowed up by the hardcore
No.
community.
Worst game
Or-
ever made.
Not very good. And Poker Park Wii,
Yeah.
that one wasn't,
Not a game.
yeah, a minigame collection. So, I think that really lends itself to this idea of Pokemon on console has always been this odd sort of thing, right? And it's not going to go away.
They just need to make Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2 again, basically.
No, I told you, it's Pokemon Snap Wii U they need to
Yeah.
make.
Well, yeah. With the
I
gamepad, you look around.
the sad
take
part
photos.
is, I think if they go to NX being somehow mobile orientated, I don't know if we'll ever see a Pokemon Snap.
Oh, we're not
Now
going to
that we're
anyway.
moving away from the gamepad,
yeah.
Well, it's
I
funny.
don't think we'll ever see it.
Funny you should say that because Pokemon Shuffle has come out on iOS in North America
Yeah.
now. So for those who don't know, that's the Match 3 sort of version of Pokemon. And
Not terrible, to be honest.
not
Like,
terrible.
yeah.
No, actually fun. And I think the freemium concept is actually done in a way where you don't feel like you're being short-thrifted. So
It's not pay to win.
it's not pay to win. It's not pay to win, like Candy Crush is. So I think it's going to be really interesting to see. This has been the year without a mainline Pokemon game. So it's going to be really interesting to watch that franchise in 2016. I think it's going to be one to watch. Also coming up with the milestone being the 20th anniversary.
Is it 20th or was it 30th?
I think it's 20th.
Oh, 30th is Mario.
Yeah,
25.
20th came out in 1996. 2016.
I thought it was the 25th.
No, it's the 20th. It's the...
Yeah, maybe
20th makes sense, yeah.
20th makes sense. Anyway, it's a big milestone. And you know how Nintendo love to celebrate their milestones. I could see them doing maybe even a year of Pokemon. And they've got all these great Pokemon titles lined up.
Well, that year, Luigi. Year of Pokemon.
Why not? Year of
Yeah.
Pikachu. Make it happen.
Yeah, they got to do a year of Pokemon.
All right. Is there anything else to talk about? Oh, guys, what have you been playing? I think there's been a few releases here and there.
I've been busy.
Yeah, Chris,
Been busy.
I wanted to talk to you about... I know it's not necessarily a Nintendo title, but it is a big title on
Destiny.
iOS. No, iOS. Mate, if they had Destiny on iOS, I'll tell you. But it's Pac-Man 256.
Certainly is.
And so Pac-Man, we love Pac-Man. He's been on Nintendo
Have you,
consoles
have you
before.
been all over that?
Have you been all over that?
I've got it right here. Let's have a listen to the sweet music. Chris, you told me to get it, and I got it, and I was like, okay.
Have you played it though, Cam?
Listen to that.
Get around that.
Oh,
It's a nice little retro remix.
break it down.
But it's updated for 2015 because it's got a bit of dubsteppy drops in it.
So I was talking to Chris about it, and we're like,
Yeah.
why 256? What is that?
Yeah.
I did a bit of research. Basically, there was a glitch on map 256
Of course.
where it caused the page to freak out.
Yep.
And so basically the whole idea of this game is you're running away from that glitch. That's why if you stand still for too long, the bottom of the screen gobbles you up, and every now and then some of the ghosts turn into that. So that's essentially where it comes from.
So it's essentially for the listeners at home, this is Endless Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is, you can get all these power-ups as well. They've updated it so it's not just the traditional turn into...
Temple Run for Pac-Man.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's
And
an endless runner, yeah. It's
and
a nice take.
But I think it's funner than your traditional Endless Runner. And it's... what I can say is the progression is quite fair as well. It's from the developers of a game called Crossy Road. Which,
Yeah, and they're actually, they're called Hipster Whale, and they're actually Australian.
Yes.
Which is kind of cool. So,
It's pretty cool. They you have lots of abilities and power ups. So instead of just having Power Pellet, we can gobble them up. There's a cherry bomb type thing where they explode in a
There's a
radius
laser
too.
one.
So
There's
many.
a laser.
You can gobble up
There's
all sorts of
Yeah,
things.
there's a giant Pac-Man one.
Yeah, there's
There's a
heaps.
freeze one. There's heaps. And I think that's really what's going to keep people coming back to it is this idea of that there's always another power up to get. There's always something new you can keep going. Kind of like Crossy Road and how I had a short sort of addiction with that game, being sort of endless Frogger in a game. They've managed to capture that essence as to what's made Crossy Road really successful. Also really successful with Pac-Man 256. Who doesn't love Pac-Man? It's just winning combination.
I just think
really.
I'm commending these guys and sort of Bandai Namco for coming out and saying, like, we want a fresh take on this franchise almost, because Pac-Man is, it's kind of a bit...
Well, the last fresh take I've seen on Pac-Man is Pac-Man Championship Edition DX, which I played to death on PlayStation 3.
Okay.
If you've ever played
No,
I've never played it. Well, basically it's an updated version of Pac-Man, and it's done in a way where I think it's quite fair in terms of the colours, and it just looks like it's a great, vibrant, beautiful game to play if you ever get the chance. It is on iOS as well.
Oh, okay.
I think it's on basically everything.
But with Pac-Man 256, like, the sound design is, like, great.
Yeah,
It's
that's
great
the
sounds,
soundtrack
like,
on
it's fun. It
on
controls
Championship
well.
Edition was great too.
Yeah.
Like it was just like really updated for the era that it is now.
Yeah, it's updated well, but also pays homage to the original quite well.
That's exactly
Yeah. And that for me is like, it's playing to everyone's nostalgia of playing Pac-Man in an arcade, getting frustrated. And it's so accessible and it's for free on a device that we all use. So
yeah, I mean, there are microtransactions.
Yes.
If you want to buy
I don't know
credits.
about a device we all use.
well,
Is it not on
is
the
it not on
Google Store?
Android?
I haven't looked, to be honest.
I think it is, but you should definitely check it out.
You should definitely check. So
There's actually a way to buy the game properly,
yeah,
because the game runs on credits.
of course.
You get 6 every sort of 5
So
minutes.
how
or
much
something like
is the because my understanding with the credits was that it's just, your standard freemium where you can buy 100,000 credits for $100 or something. But what's the
price
how does it
packages?
actually operate? Like,
I think you can buy a couple of credits for a couple of bucks or something like that, but you can buy
what's
unlimited...
the full package, you would say? $10.
Yeah, so that's effectively buying the game.
Right.
And I'd be happy to do that.
Right.
But I'm just having fun playing the free version right now.
Right, and grinding through and that kind of thing. Cam, would you want to pay for this game in any way, or are you just strictly going to keep it free?
I'm not into it that much. It's a cool game to play while you're on the toilet, but I'm not going to put any money into it personally.
Well, if I put, I would say all up, like compare it to Hearthstone, where I put say probably around $10 to $15 worth in, and I felt like I've had a lot of fun with it, and I wouldn't put any more in. I don't think I'd put money necessarily into Pac-Man.
I think I'd be happy to put about $10 in.
Yeah,
I think that's after playing it free for a while, getting frustrated, and then being like, I'm just going to play. I'm just going to
pay some money.
Well, on the subject of mobile gaming, did anyone ever play the old Flash game Happy Wheels on any of the old Addicting Games or Newgrounds or any of those?
No, we haven't.
I'll show you it as I play it. Sorry for the listeners who don't get to see its awesomeness.
So it's on iOS now.
It's
Try and describe it.
Yeah, so
Do you
basically,
know if it's on
it really
Android?
does.
I don't know if it is, but it's at least on. So
what do you got? You got some sort of geriatric
you're a dude,
man.
No,
You're riding a Segway.
You're a dude on a Segway. Now it's basically a ragdoll physics game. You've got real simple buttons. You've got forward, backwards, jump, then lean. I don't use lean personally, but maybe that's because I'm not very good at the game. Basically, as you go through, you're trying to navigate through different.
It's a construction site.
Yeah, well, this is just a specific level, but there's hazards everywhere. So if you're not fast enough here, a giant wrecking ball comes and screws you up, and then you land.
Came in like a
Oh, and it's quite violent.
Yeah, it's one of those ultra violent games because it's from Addicted Games and Newgrounds. So basically, the whole idea is it's this very simple ragdoll physics game where you're running through things, jumping and avoiding things. If you miss jumps, you land on spikes. Or go through an endless tunnel and you just repeatedly destroyed over and over and over again. It's one of those just simple mind numbing. Just hey, here's someone being beaten and tortured, basically.
Oh, so it's a time kill game.
It's a time kill game.
Yeah.
But it's
Well, so is Pac-Man, I guess.
yeah. But this used to be a really popular game after school. All the kids would go to the local PCYC and we'd all play the games on Addicting Games. And this is one of them. And so it's been revisited. Whether or not by the same people, I'm not too sure, but there's a whole bunch of different characters.
I would hope so. I would hate to see people copy.
There's a bunch of different characters that haven't come
concept.
out yet. You start off as business guy, then you get irresponsible dad, wheelchair guy, effective shopper is just a really, really fat chick with a green tank top on in a rascal.
Very politically correct characters these are, Cam.
So I mean, it's a tongue-in-cheek game, but yeah. So I've been playing that.
Do you
That's
guys
really
see
fun.
mobile games ever getting past the time kill?
Well, I feel Hearthstone. I would take time out to play Hearthstone exclusively, like I have, and dedicate time to it. And I know there's people out there that do it, so I think we're already at that point.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I haven't experienced that personally. That's probably why I asked.
Yeah,
I mean, I've got The Walking Dead on my phone, which I haven't played in ages, but that is literally the Telltale
I played that on
Games.
my iPad.
It's the Telltale Games
exclusively,
version, and it's the full game basically.
I've taken time out to sit and play Yu-Gi-Oh, and there's also times when I've actually used my Pokemon Showdown app to test different teams. Not just for playing, but I'm like, I have an idea, and I'll use it to test teams.
It definitely.
Pokemon Showdown app isn't the best. I probably don't recommend it, but
No.
I still play like that in the browser as well.
Because I've never gone out of my way and gotten my phone and then played a game deliberately.
I don't think we're quite at that point. Even the games that I play. I mean, I play Tetris a lot. On my phone,
love Tetris.
But it's not as a time waster. It's just it sort of is, but it's sort of I also like Tetris. But it's not like I'm going to go home. I come home from work, I boot up the Wii and I play. It's not like I come home, I sit down in my room and I start playing on my phone.
Yeah.
I'm the opposite. I'll come home from work, I'll have the iPad, and I'll play Hearthstone.
Yeah.
But also, while I'm out commuting on the bus, I'll play Hearthstone.
Yeah.
So really, I'm just addicted to Hearthstone. But but you're right. I think, Chris, there are those games though, like Phoenix Wright. All those Ace Attorney games are available on,
Yeah, good point.
iOS.
I think specifically games that are
A lot of
full-length.
DS games are, so...
Yeah. As long as it's got more of it, any game that has an actual story and actual gameplay, if it's not just tap to jump, swipe this way to do this. Anything that has less than 3 controls, I think is a time waster game.
Okay.
In general, you got like Temple Run, swipe. That's
Yeah,
what you do.
yeah. One
Pac-Man is
hand
swipe.
games.
Yeah. One hand games. That's a good one. One hand time wasters. Whereas things like
things that require you to think,
Yeah.
things that require you to be a bit more present. Like Hearthstone is less of that because
Like that Tinder
you are
game where you
playing
swipe
someone.
left to swipe right.
Is that a game? Is
I'm
it?
really good at that.
I thought it
It's
was
gamifying dating. Really.
I've never owned that. And has anyone here got Tinder? No.
Aaron has Tinder. You do, don't you?
I do not.
You do.
No, I'll never
I've had it
do
in the
that.
past.
You're better than that.
I'm just
I'm
too busy to really use it.
I've got this new app. It's called Flacinda. It pairs you up with nearby Pokemon trainers.
Oh, nice.
amazing.
Nice, well done. Yeah. That was
Good
pretty
stuff.
great.
All right, so
Anyway, Aaron, have you spoken about what you've been playing, or
To be honest, I've just really been playing Destiny, but I don't want to talk about
we'll talk about it?
Taking King in 10 days,
Yep.
Aaron. Very
happening.
exciting
But
for the
Guys,
two guys in
yeah.
a room. That's all I'll say. We'll leave it at that. But you will play Mario Maker when it comes out.
well, once I'm back in the country.
Yes, once you're back in the country. I will be making sure that I play Mario Maker every day to obviously unlock stuff, and I can see myself doing that 100%. Like working on a level for like 10 minutes, every day, coming back to it. That sounds pretty cool.
You guys want to talk about Devil's Third for a bit?
Yes, look,
Yeah.
I think we need to address this.
Acknowledge it at least.
Yeah, definitely. Look, for those who don't know, Devil's Third has come out. It's an MA15 game, and it
Wii U exclusive.
Wii U exclusive.
Metacritic
Meant to be
score
a
of
marquee title.
40?
It's got a Metacritic score of what?
40.
40.
Yeah. Out of
So
100.
not very well received. Let's just say here, did any of us expect this game to be good?
No, I didn't.
No, Cam?
I've literally been paying no attention. I
neither
don't
have I.
care about this at all.
Yeah.
I feel. Sorry, Aaron, you go.
No, I'm the same boat as Cam. I just been paying no attention.
So who developed it, Chris?
Oh, well. Give me a second.
Who do we need to name and shame in this instance?
Well, the developer, creator, I guess you could call it, his name is Tamanobu Itagaki.
Right.
I think I pronounced that correctly.
Yeah.
And he was actually on IGN's stream of E3 a couple of years ago promoting this game. And this guy is like king shit. Like he
remember him.
He rocked up in like a leather jacket, like sunglasses on, like didn't take them off, and he was just like a Yakuza, like you could just tell. And I feel really bad for the guy because he obviously had a vision and wanted to create this game. It's very Japanese, very weird from what I understand. Much in the same.
Is it
vein
a
as,
horror game? What genre is it?
It's a
It's a
third-person
ninja
action.
fighter
It's like a
with
third-person
guns.
action game.
Right.
It's much like Bayonetta. Like that's
Yeah.
like how weird it is.
It does remind me of Bayonetta just looking at screenshots now.
Because the main character is like a Vin Diesel like guy with like tattoos head to toe. Like, yeah, I just feel bad for the guy because he's got a vision, obviously, and it's just not a good game.
Well, what do you think went wrong? If you had to, based on reactions you've read on the internet, what do you think went wrong? Because none of us have played it,
Yeah.
and none of us plan to play it.
Personally,
because-
I don't think the audience is there
Yeah.
on the Wii U, and I don't think the game is polished enough. I honestly haven't don't know much about it.
So you can see
I
it
can't
doing
talk
well
too
on
much.
No.
another console, maybe.
No,
No?
it needs to be polished first,
This is a game.
and then it needs an audience.
This is a game that in 6 years' time, when EB has all the Wii U games in the bargain bin at the front for $5
$10,
each, I'll get it.
Yeah,
But,
exactly.
This is something that's come up recently on our website, guys. Titles that we'd like to see done by other developers.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll take this moment before we go any further.
I just wanted to say
oh.
just quickly with Devil's Third, it reminds me of a game that was on Wii called Mad World that was developed by Sega, which was more positively received.
I loved Mad World, man.
Yeah, but it reminds me of that being like towards the end of the cycle. It was in bargain bins and pretty cheap to get. But look, Devil's Third, I don't recommend it. I think if anyone wants to have that kind of adult experience on Wii U, buy Bayonetta.
Yeah, it's a good
Or
point.
Ninja Gaiden 3, which is already out, which is essentially what this game is without the guns. Anyway,
Yeah.
So, we'll preface this by saying, if there's something that you'd like to hear us talk about, and that you're actively interested in, comment on the Facebook page, or even on the YouTube page, whatever. Feel free, contact us and let us know. We're more than happy to put you on the spot like we're about to do here. A fantastic fan by the name of Shane Bailey,
A friend of mine
a friend
from
of
Sydney.
Adam, he has said, basically,
He's written in.
he's written into the Facebook group page, which we can do.
And what does he ask, Cam?
He says, is there any other Nintendo IP, like Hyrule Warriors, that you'd like to see a third-party developer experiment with in a new genre? He says, I'm quoting from what he said, I'd love to see Traveler's Tales create a 3D puzzle platformer using Nintendo characters similar to Lego games. You'd play cooperatively with a bunch of different Nintendo characters and have to use their unique abilities to progress.
Okay.
So that'd be cool.
Yeah,
That'd be
that's
awesome.
a good suggestion.
I would love to
what
see that.
What do you guys reckon?
Based on that suggestion, I would love to see that. And I think Nintendo are already trying to experiment that a little bit with the 3DS game Paper Jam that's a mishmash of Mario and Luigi and...
the Paper Mario
and
game,
Paper Mario. So I think I'd love to see them do like a Mario and Kirby crossover or something crazy
I like
like
to see
that.
a few of our favourite heroes working together, using their powers, for co-op stuff to achieve goals.
Yeah,
Is
definitely.
he talking about crossover? Or is he talking about getting a third-party publisher to
third-party,
develop
yeah.
an Nintendo?
Well, he
Either
wants
or.
Traveller's Tales to develop. So I
Okay.
think he definitely wants to see a third-party develop a Nintendo game.
Okay.
So let's go around the room and think about...
Well, Aaron, did you
Yeah,
have
did
anything?
you have
I know
one?
you got put on the spot a bit
Yeah,
about it.
I haven't really thought about this too much. To be honest, I think if it was to go to another developer, it'd have to be something like one of the Metroid games or even one of the Zelda games. It couldn't be one of your main ones like Mario or, one of the more cartoony ones.
But
It'd
why
be-
not? Why don't you think that we can put Mario in the hands of a different developer and see what they can do with it?
I just think Nintendo is probably the best equipped for what Mario is, whereas something like Zelda or Metroid would...
Those shit
They
characters.
could benefit more from the
We already had that
the
with
graphic
other
side
end,
of things and
Yeah.
different strategy and that kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay, so who would you like to see? Like, I'll give you an example. We've had Ninja Theory take on Metroid with
Yeah.
Other M, and it wasn't.
I
very-
think has
well
anyone else done
received.
Zelda before?
No.
Tecmo Koei did Hyrule Warriors.
Oh yeah,
Also, whoever
CDI.
developed the CDI games.
Philips, yeah.
Laugh. Yeah.
I don't
So
wanna talk about
who could take on Zelda? Who could we give Zelda to?
Netflix.
Bethesda.
Bethesda is what I was going to...
Bethesda.
Bethesda would do well actually.
Right.
Bethesda would do really well with it.
Right.
Or Square Enix would be another one that could do...
I don't want Square Enix touching my Zelda at all.
I agree. I think they would over Final
Square Enix
Fantasy.
has
it, to
touched
be honest.
certain stuff already, though, hasn't it? Something.
Not anything on Nintendo.
We can see Square Enix do something maybe with Xenoblade.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
that would be cool. That would be a good fit for them, actually. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, that would make some sense. Cam, how about you?
Well, okay, so mine's a little bit not quite on the question, but this is something I'd like to see more of a cooperation from Nintendo, and I guess it's probably not going to happen now because of what happened, but I think a really amazing game that I'd like to see would be Darksiders 3 with Nintendo characters similar in the way of Kingdom Hearts.
Right.
No,
So
that's
you've got this big action hero, so it would be the next one of the horsemen. So we've done death, we've done war,
Strife or something.
so pestilence and God, it's been a while since I've done my Christian mythology.
No, I think the next that was penciled in for the Darksiders 3 was meant to be Strife.
Either
So
way,
is Darksiders 3 cancelled?
well, THQ doesn't
THQ
exist.
doesn't exist.
Yeah, but whoever
No,
bought the
I
rights
don't think.
off
I don't
THQ.
think they. I don't know if they're going to bother. Darksiders 2 did okay, but it didn't do great. That being said, one of my favorite games on Wii U.
Yeah.
It works so well on the Wii U. But anyway, so I'd like to see you're running around, and instead of all the mythological characters being giants from other worlds and hydras and stuff like that,
Right.
you go around with those Nintendo characters. So you go and do a mission for Mario, and then here's Bowser in Bowser's lair. You go and fight Bowser, and I think that'd be really cool. Darksiders 2 is very God of War-y. Mm-hmm. So essentially, it would be God of War with
Very
Nintendo
Legend of
characters.
Zelda like as well. It's like a
Yeah,
dungeon.
there's a lot of that's another one of those games that brings a lot of aspects together. But I would love to see that. I think that would be so cool to play.
And Nintendo don't really have anything like that except for Smash. And I'd love to see because Kingdom Hearts is so popular.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that as well. Like it's Disney, but now it's Nintendo. And Sony tried to sort of jump on the Smash bandwagon with
All-Stars.
All Stars, yeah,
Which is
Smash.
actually pretty good.
I didn't hate
and
it. I had
was
it. I
alright.
played it.
Yeah,
for
but
a bit.
it wasn't.
But it just
Smash.
wasn't
People just
Smash,
wanted
and so I was
yeah.
like, I could just play Smash.
Yeah, exactly. So, and the
And the
characters,
characters
aren't
aren't to
yeah.
the level of like love and affection that I have
Yeah.
for Smash. Like Crash Bandicoot is that character, but besides that, do I really want to play as Big Daddy or do I
speaking
really
of
want to
which-
play as Nathan
Speaking
Drake?
of which, Crash Bandicoot came out 19 years ago this month.
I did today, actually.
Wow,
yeah,
that's
wow.
exciting.
Happy 19th birthday, Crash.
Yeah.
Wow! He's dead. He's never going to see me again.
He's almost going to be 21 soon. All right. Chris, do you have one?
Yeah, I do. Aaron touched on it, and I don't want to bring this up because of what happened with Other M, but yeah, I mean, Metroid. So, like, we know Retro Studios is... After Metroid Prime 3, they said that they just didn't want to work on any Metroid games anymore for
And
a
I
long
think
time.
that's fair.
That's fair enough. So, I'd, just give it
They're
to
working
someone
on
else.
Donkey Kong games, which is great.
Yeah, exactly.
Great
We've had a
Donkey
few
Kong
of them
games.
now, so...
Yeah.
So,
What
I mean,
would you
I
want to see?
predicted Metroid Prime 4 at E3, and that didn't happen. Mm-hmm. Hopefully something's happening other than Federation Force. But I mean, love to see, a talented publisher, I don't know who, or developer, develop a cool Metroid game with a fresh spin.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing the guys who did Ukulele actually do something with DK.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the rare guys that
Yeah.
Yeah.
that
So you'd like to see Rare with Donkey Kong?
I know that's
what year is it?
It's
We
1998.
still have to wait for ukulele to
Yeah.
finish being
I mean,
made.
Ukulele looks great, but again, we haven't played it yet. We don't know.
It's
We
so
just
far
don't
away
know.
from it.
It's
I
so
backed
far
it.
away.
Yeah, I
backed it too. I'm really looking forward to it. So my one, it's funny you should say Rare, because I think it'll never happen, obviously, because Rare is Microsoft now. But I'd love to see Rare develop a Pokemon game.
Okay.
And I would like to see them, because they're kind of the whimsical platformer developer that everyone kind of thinks of when they spring to mind. Even with their new game on Xbox One, the Pirates game, it's still got that bit of whimsy to it. And I think you put that in a Pokemon environment and you put it in a 3D platforming environment, I think we could definitely see a really good Pokemon game to come out on the console. I've had that taste of it with Pokemon Colosseum, seeing like 3D Pokemon environments, and it just makes me want to play a real 3D Pokemon environment. X and Y, we're getting ever so closer to that goal, right? And I just want to see a real console developer take Pokemon and make it into a great console game. And it's not going to be Game Freak, because Game Freak don't have the resources to do it, so someone else needs to take the reins.
No, they're all good suggestions. I didn't even think about it. I'm really happy with your suggestion, Cam. That was really cool. I want that to happen now. I'm actually upset that
I
it's
know,
not
that's
happening.
when I was thinking, I was like, man, I really need to think of some cool stuff. And then that came out, I was like, oh man, this will never happen. I want this to happen so bad.
Yeah.
But we live in a world where Pokemon is like crossed over with Tekken, so really anything can happen. You never know with these things, hopefully. And there's a Shovel Knight amiibo.
Yeah.
Like, I think
you really do never know.
If I told you 6 months ago that we were going to be Shovel Knight amiibo, I don't think you would have believed me, Chris.
No, I don't think I would have either.
So, thanks so much, Chris Bailey, for sending that. Sorry,
Shane.
Shane Bailey.
Wow.
Oh,
Hey guys, my friend Chris.
Because I was talking to Chris. Sorry, Shane. Shane, you know I know your name. Thank you so much, Shane, for sending that in. It was a really great topic. And again, like I said, if you'd like to send those topics in and add to the discussion, message us on Facebook.
Absolutely. Even if you want to troll, just anything.
Any topic.
Come on, guys,
try.
please.
Tell us how much you hate that Chris guy.
Yeah.
Chris Bailey. Who's that?
Who is Chris Bailey? All right. Thank you so much for that. Do we have anything else
guys.
any of us want to touch before we leave the listeners?
But we're 10 episodes in. That's over 10 hours of conversation we've had.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a good point.
So I think it's a round of applause for ourselves because
Yeah, I think so.
we are. If we look back on when we started, like, did we think it was actually going to last this long? Did we think we'd actually stick
Cue
it out?
stop your graduation music.
Yeah.
Probably not.
No. Well, we're a fifth of the way there to 50 episodes, and we'll just keep hitting more milestones as we get better and better along the
Keep
process.
ticking
And
I just want to say thank you to the people who are listening. and actually
definitely.
interacting. Great people like Shane. Shane's the best person in the world right now, and you could be too if you
Can
if
be
you
an
comment.
emotional.
Huh?
we got a lot of good stuff for this last
not crying.
quarter of
Yeah.
the year too, guys. We obviously got PAX. We got some cool stuff coming up.
Yeah.
The me and Cam are recording
say
this
that
next
a lot.
week.
I'll be doing some mobile gaming reviews as
Yep.
well, so that will be coming out soonish once we
We've
figure out how to
been in talks to some
stabilize
people
it.
over in the States about doing some work over there.
Yeah, a bit of a collaboration.
keep that a surprise.
Okay, yeah.
No.
But
Surprise.
yeah, look, guys. I mean, the next show we do will be the big Super Mario Maker show.
Oh, yeah.
So in 2 weeks' time. So I look forward to us having. The game will have been out for 4 days, so we'll hopefully have a lot to talk about with that.
We'll have at least 1,000 levels to play.
At least 1,000 levels to play. And then, yeah, like Aaron said, we've got packs coming up. We've got so many great games coming out across the
all
board.
platforms.
And we've
not just Nintendo.
We've got a few more family members in the Redcoin family now as well. So I'm sure you'll be seeing some stuff from them in the future.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We're branching out, guys. We're big. We're big, huge people.
Almost as big as that Yoshi amiibo, guys.
Oh, it all comes back.
Aaron, safe trips, safe flying.
Yeah, thank you. Enjoy Mario without me, and I'm sure the episode after I get back will be all about how much I had trouble with your levels.
Yeah.
Great.
Look, like, as always, like, subscribe, share, comment, tell your friends. Favorite as well.
Review us on iTunes, please.
iTunes.
Any reviews we take
iTunes,
1 to 5 stars.
YouTube, Facebook, Tinder,
That's it.
Grindr, all that stuff.
No,
Right.
not the last two.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Don't forget to
Cheers.
swipe left. Thanks, guys.
Cheers.